All right. We want to introduce to you tonight the amazing speaker, Jeremy Standsfield out of Utah. And I just want to tell you a little bit about Jeremy before he comes on. Jeremy he's got a wonderful story he's going to tell you. But I'm going to tell you that he's been the top distributor in the entire company internationally. He's one of the youngest, probably the youngest ever to make diamond in the time that he made it in, I believe 15 months. He has a global business all over the world. I know that he has created many, many, many millionaires himself. And he has a beautiful guest tonight to help speak on this presentation. And we want to welcome her, but I'm going to let Jeremy actually do the introduction when it's time. But her name is Chloe. And if you are watching all the pictures on the screen, she's going to be the one that comes in with the blonde, gorgeous hair. So we want to introduce her and just welcome her to Usana. She is brand new. We're really happy to have her on. And Jeremy can tell us more about her. Jeremy, thank you. We're always honored when you are our guest presenter.
Yes, yes. Are we ready to rock and roll?
We are ready to rock.
Everybody ready? Everybody hear me? Put your hands up. Can you hear me okay? Can you see me okay? Yes, ready for some great information? Well, I am super excited to share our new presentation slides tonight and walk you through some things that will hopefully change your life the way that it's changed mine. And now I just lost my view. But you can still see me okay, right, Patty?
Yes, yes, sir.
Oh, hold on a second. Why do we always have these fun little... Okay, hold on, here we go. Okay, here we go. So let me just, first of all, I want to tell you that we're going to be going through a lot of information really quick. So you got to pay attention. And I got to tell you that like right before this, our Zoom and our work from home and be teaching you about Usana, I had an opportunity to be listening to my daughter's drill competition. And they worked so hard, like literally all year long to be able to do this. I couldn't go be there in person because the 2 tickets we gave to her mom and her mom's husband, and it's fine. But I was just listening and going through all of that whole presentation, and it was amazing. It was all live, and it was so cool to see that. And it was actually really interesting because though we can't really be with each other in person right now, this is the next best thing that we can do with this Zoom technology, right? I love being around people. I've actually had a chance to go and build in business around the world, like Patty has said. I really would choose rather to be in front of people and actually speak in front of audiences, which some of you know I've enjoyed. It was my worst fear in life was actually public speaking, but eventually I transitioned and I loved it. Then you couldn't get me off stage and you couldn't get me to stop talking. And then it's like the worst thing that I hated was the countdown timer, just like I'm actually looking at tonight. But I'm only going to take about 30 minutes of your time, but I want your focused attention, just like I was turning my phones off and not paying attention to anything else except for my daughter's performance earlier, because the information I'm about to share with you can absolutely change your life in a huge way, just like it has for me and people all over the globe. If it ends up not being for you at the very end, no big deal. It's only a little bit of time to listen to me tell you about this amazing story. I grew up actually working really hard as a carpet installer and really growing a team with that in commercial carpet here in the state of Utah. Started at 12 years old, learning the family trade. By 14, I was running crews, had a part of the business I was running, got into electronics repair, got into management work. I was a Class A workaholic before I even graduated from high school. By the time I'd hit 23, I had several income streams. I was like working my tail off in so many different things, and I was burned out. And I realized if I didn't make a change, no one else is going to make a change for me. The other thing that really hit me hard was that my income stopped when I stopped going out there and working those other projects, because I didn't have people that actually really worked for me or actually was able to leverage what was happening in a bigger scale. So I was really interested in being able to do that at that time. Things have changed in a big way today. Today, I'm actually speaking from my home. I live up in the mountains of Utah. This is my office. I have built international business all over the world from here, even long before what's happened with all the changes. And I love being here at my home. I got themed rooms. I'm here all alone. I'm an empty nester now. I love my life. I travel and I see the world and I get a chance to connect with people and be able to build friendships and relationships all over the place. I love it. So what about you? Where are you at? And what can we do to help you? So I want you to think about that as we get started here. What is most important as we go through this? Being able to earn an additional income right away, because I know it's not easy. The pandemic, with what's happened around the world, the changes around the world are not easy. I mean, literally, I have to admit, when I was watching this performance with my daughter go through it, I was literally in tears. I was like, it's so tough. It's not easy. We can't be at these functions like we used to be. Things have changed in a big way. I realize that some of you at home as well, dealing with, multiple children through homeschooling. It's a whole new playing field. It's just changed everything for so many people. So many people are out of work right now. I get it. So many people on different levels looking at all this right now. But I got to tell you, we have options for you. And I got to tell you that you're not alone no matter where you're at. No matter how successful you are in life, most people are still really concerned about money, because if we don't have money, it's like oxygen. It's like if we can't breathe air, it's like money. Like if we don't have it, like we can't do anything. We can't really survive without it, right? Time, who wants more time in their life, right? And, our health is absolutely most important. So we're going to talk about that a lot. But the world's changing fast, and it was changing even before what's happened, when this nasty thing happened to us and it's gone out then and it's changed the world. But you know what? These things were actually happening before the pandemic hit. These are major industry disruptors that were happening already with Amazon, Tesla, Uber. I mean, think about that. Can you guys even remember a time when we didn't have Uber? That was truly just a couple of years back. Can you imagine a time when we weren't able to rent a home on Airbnb? Guys, this was really just not that long ago that all these things have come into place and are massive, massive disruptors in our economy. Understand there's a whole new era of entrepreneurship. And so I hope you pay attention closely, because this is all about your story and about where you're going to go as a new entrepreneur. Realize that everything happens from our phone nowadays, right? Everything we do, like our buying habits, our recognition, watching events, being on Zoom. Some of you are on your phones right now for the Zoom. We can literally do everything right from our phone with our business. You don't even need a computer. Even this setup that I've got right now, I've been doing this for a long time, so I've got a lot of equipment around me, but guess what? I'm still using my phone even to advance my slides right now. Now, here's the other thing. We have major companies that are not spending traditional advertising dollars on TV ads and trying to bring actors and into places to be able to do things that may not be real well known to carry that brand. Now they realize social media influencers make the difference. You all know who these individuals are and the brands that they also represent. But guess what? You represent a brand too. When you go out to a restaurant, or you go travel, which a lot of people aren't traveling right now, but when you were traveling and you had a chance to show some of the pictures of the resort you're at and you tag that resort, that becomes free advertising for that resort. And you know what? There's people that follow you, even if you only have 30 followers on some of your platforms. Guess what? People still make those decisions based upon you using products and services, because people trust you. Yes, they also trust these major influencers, but they also want to know what you're doing. And this is what's changing. It's changed the whole economic landscape. So keep in mind that I don't have a huge social media following. You'll see that Chloe actually does. She's a mega social influencer. But you know what? I'm not that big of a one, but you know what's important is the people that follow me, they know me, and they usually buy things that I'm talking about or that I'm representing. So keep in mind that we're going to be talking about starting your own home-based business with us, right? You're going to find out that we can also not only start a business with what we do, but what's our end game? What are we trying to do when we talk about earning money, we talk about having jobs? Ultimately, we want to find something we want to do that's fun, but aren't we really trying to put money away in savings, right? Are we trying to put money into nest eggs and different investments, and what's happening with the real estate market, what's happening with the stock market? All of a sudden, it can be devastating sometimes when you start losing money with something that's happened. It's hit a lot of people even this last year. Some people's really benefited from it. Some people's really, went through some horrifying times with their investments. What if I could also show you a way to get positioned with us? And this is a way you can create something that can be for the long term, something that is a business that continues to pay based upon the consumption of our products and the reordering of our products. And it creates something that's actually willable. It's passive. It's passive. When I think of my biggest whys, my daughters, of course, this is willable. It goes through generation after generation after generation. There are grandkids I'm going to have down the road that may not even have a chance to meet me in person. And one day they're still going to get a benefit from the business that I'm building today because of the legacy we can do. So it's exciting. So let's just talk about time now for a minute. We only have 24 hours on our billfold. So guys, we got to think, where do we want to spend that time? And I'll tell you what, this is about a community and also a group of people that we want to uplift people. We want to make sure that we're doing smarter things with our time. We're being healthier. We're making smarter decisions. And guess what? When you're not connected to a community or people aren't following you as much on social media, sometimes you don't make those best decisions. Stick around us and you're going to find out how to leverage your time better, how to be more effective with it, and actually figure out how to put this in the cracks of your life and still be successful and not even notice that you're actually cutting or directing specific time to this business. But here's what's even better than that. If you take average working, trading hours for dollars, this is linear income, and you put in 50 hours a week for 50 weeks a year, at the end of 40 years, that's 100,000 hours. Now take a look at a team of 100. So now it's like J. Paul Getty said, it's better to have 1% of 100 people's efforts rather than 100% of your own. Think about that for a minute and the power of duplication. Team of 100, now 5 hours per week, 100 people. That ends up in 4 years, 100,000 hours worth of effort that you can get paid on or leverage your time with. Now health. Guys, people work their whole life to be able to put away money, build wealth, watch it come and go, depending on what's happening with the market and all that. But unless you have Usana income coming in, but they literally would spend all that money in a heartbeat to buy back their health. We know that health is absolutely most important, and especially with what we're up against right now. The tech industry is still thriving. The entertainment industry, not doing so well right now with all the big changes, right? But is the health and wellness industry still continuing to grow? Is it exploding? Yes, absolutely. You want to have a piece of this. You want to be part of something that is growing, and there's a huge interest in immune support products right now. You want to be also involved in a community that uplifts people's attention and sets the example for being more fitness oriented, for doing things that make better sense to our body. You only have one body. Guys, when I learned about this initially, I was eating fast food 3 meals a day. I am so lucky that someone thought enough about me in the beginning when I was like suffering from a nerve injury in my shoulder. I was like not really knowing where I was going to go. I couldn't speak like this to people. I never thought that I was going to be in sales. But more importantly than that, I had people to influence me to make healthier choices, or I don't know where I'd be today. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people that don't take care of their health. And then once they have those health issues, it's a huge struggle. My mom's one of them. At actually only 49 years of age, she passed away because of serious, ongoing health issues, but it just kept building up. And it was so difficult. I spent the last couple of years with her, had her move in with me, stop building business around me so I could spend time with her. But once your health gets to that point, it's too late. Guys, this is a preventative maintenance system. We have to work on our health every single day. And if you're smart about it, you're going to be doing things to be able to put into your mouth that make a difference on your body and doesn't hurt your body. So that brings us to supplements. Most people out there are already taking nutritional supplements. The challenge is, are they really getting what they think is actually coming into their body? Because supplements, 80% of people, 8 out of 10 around us are already using supplements. The reality is that there are no regulators that really regulate these supplements to a pharmaceutical or drug grade that's mandatory, meaning it's just an agricultural food. So that means there's huge room for error in terms of what's actually in these products. And also not our products, but other products in the marketplace that it's really just an agricultural food grade. So it cuts into their profits as other companies if they're spending more time on research and development. They're spending more time on quality ingredients. So this is where Dr. Myron Wentz, our founder, microbiologist and immunologist, he learned about all this. He was actually incredibly driven as he got his PhDs and then decided to get into viral and infectious test kits. And no one else was doing it at this time. In the early 70s, doctors had a hard time diagnosing disease accurately. He started a company called Goal Laboratories. And at Goal Laboratories, he developed the first test kit to accurately diagnose, it was actually the Epstein-Barr virus test kit, and then mononucleosis, and then a whole bunch of other ones around the world controlled a huge market share. But how did he do that? He was growing human cells in vitro and test tubes and figuring out the exact nutrient combinations to put in those cells, and no one else had ever done that. This was his claim to fame. This is why he became so successful. The challenge is that at Go Labs, he had all this success. By the early 90s, he had some failing health. He had lost both of his parents to degenerative disease at an early age. And he thought, wait a minute, what's going on? The need to help maintain your health and slow down that aging process was way more important than going out and diagnosing disease. So this is why he started to focus in on supplementation and find out that everything out there was crap. There wasn't anybody going to the extremes to show and even prove evidence about the science, the quality ingredients that would go into there. And this is why he left Go Laboratories and sold his controlling interest to start Usana, standing for true health in the Greek and Latin language. This blew up like crazy because he was serious about it. I wasn't with the company then, but he brought in the FDA to regulate the supplementation and manufacturing to a pharmaceutical grade, bringing the highest in quality ingredients from around the world, cutting no corners, taking no salary from the company, by the way. This is a publicly held company. He's never taken a salary, still to the day. It's not about the money to him. He wasn't a marketer. He's a true scientist. And we're all so proud of him. All the people that's been part of our team and part of USANA all along has seen this incredible journey. It's been so much of an adventure, and we're still just getting started. He receives the Albert Einstein Award for Outstanding Achievement in Life Sciences in 2007, which is like a Nobel Prize in the science community. On top of that, he also has a really big mission of helping others, giving back. So we followed Dr. Wentz's lead as he put millions of dollars into hospitals in Uganda and be able to help people that were less fortunate. You know, we started learning about the Children's Hunger Fund. We started learning about all these different types of ways that we could really give back through this channel with USANA. This is why the Usana Foundation was created. 100% of what's donated goes back, with all the management fees being covered by our company. My daughter, not this one that I was just watching a little bit earlier, this one's the 18-year-old, the 20-year-old, when she was 12, was on stage holding a microphone to 12,000 people, 10 or 12,000 people, one of our big USANA conventions. And some of you that were there will remember. And I didn't plan for her what to say. She just wanted to talk. And I had my other up there with me as well. And she starts talking about the Children's Hunger Fund and it's how she'd saved money by doing no pop and candy. And so she took a percentage of that and she gave it to the Children's Hunger Fund, got her own account registered at 12 years old to be a contributor to that, and has always made that a part of her life. She still does that today. She also has her own investments. This girl is killing it. She has 2 scholarships. She had her associate's degree by the time she was out of high school. She's working. She's eventually going to have her bachelor's. She's working on it's just crazy. But I think that what we do at USANA is we help create a whole different way of life. We create a way of people looking at opportunity, leveling up in life, and helping and giving back. I'm so proud that our company is now a billion-dollar company, successfully with no debt. We have operations in Salt Lake City, which is our main headquarters. We have another manufacturing facility over in China, and we are on the uprise like crazy. Talk about the perfect storm of what could have kind of happened for us during this last year. We all didn't know what to do at first, but the supply chains are strong. They're so smart. They're coming out with products that make a difference for everyone. And this was, I mean, we haven't opened a new market during this last year, but our sales have gone like crazy. And this is a perfect time for you to take advantage of that. I didn't even know anybody outside of Utah. And eventually I was like, how do I grow business in Australia? I always wanted to go to Australia. And we opened up there. I'm like, okay. So I went over there and hung out there for a little while. And then I went over to Hong Kong for a little while. And then I went over to the Philippines. And then I went over to South Korea. Now we don't even have to travel to places to build business. Literally from our home office, or your phone, or wherever you're at, you can do this anywhere now. This is the new vision of what we're doing. In fact, just recently, this is the middle of December, I had a chance to speak on a virtual stage in Las Vegas. There were 43,000 people listening on that virtual stage. The same type of thing we're doing right here, right now. You guys have a front row seat to getting communication, vibration, and be able to help make decisions, help you to be able to be more successful. This is the future. And I hope you guys are really excited about it. And like we are, we have so much documentation. We have everything that's out there in credibility. We're always winning. We have the company of the year. We have so many Olympic and elite level athletes, thousands that are using our products. We don't pay for any of their support on this. It's great to see that. We have Dr. Oz using our products. We're on his show all the time. I've had a chance to be on there as well. We have so much research and development happening. It's so exciting to see how the company's always focusing on the future and also reacting with products that we have that are already ready to go. I think our chief scientific officer, Rob Sinnott, on one of our last Zooms, he's got like 300 products that are all ready to go. And that's exactly what they started doing during this pandemic as well, was starting to bring out products that helped us with calming. I'll get into those a little bit. They just came out with one a week ago that I've been using. I can't go without at night. So it's just exciting how the company evolves. And this is something that you got to figure out what you like initially. I'm going to go through a lot of this really quick, but we don't have enough time to really punch in on all the different, benefits of all these products. You've got to do your own research and figure out what you want to start with and get your questions answered. First of all, our Cell Essentials. This is our core system. This is actually $53 for a month's supply. Same thing that was literally decades ago when I started this business. So they haven't increased those prices. You'd have to spend $33 a day to get what's inside of these things. I can't always see my slides enough on this, but there's 18 medium bananas, 44 large eggs. Look at all that spinach, 5 chicken, but who's going to eat all that every day? And you'd have to eat 22,000 calories just to get what would be inside those cell essentials. I'm telling you, just take those every day with food at night. These are a pharmaceutical grade. We carry the most highest potency of any other company in the world. We have a cell signaling technology, which is unbelievable, called intelligence. We carry a US patent for it. It's in many of our products. This is a way for our cells that lose communication over time, an incredible scientific breakthrough on how our cells communicate to one another. And we were able to break the code on that as a company. It took our scientists about 10 years and millions of dollars worth of research. We're the only company in the world to figure it out, and we're just getting started. Intelligence is actually formulated into our skincare as well. You can also do our health pack, our AM/PM pack, and you can do a custom pack of that, adding in other optimizers. So we have optimizers that are going to be for different things that you want to put in your body. Oops, let me back up a little. We also have whoa, how do I go backwards? Get ahead of myself here. We also have products that are for all generations. So for the youngsters, for the kids chewables, also we have body rocks for teenagers, and we have for expecting mothers. Okay, now we'll get into the optimizers and some of the different cool things we have. So we have products that are for our digestive system. We have digestive enzymes. We have probiotic, which is putting the healthy bacteria in the gut. So it bounces out, and that's where 70 to 80% of our immune system grows, is right from the gut. So be using our probiotic. It's the best one out there. We have a Hepacil product as well to help support your liver. That was the liver that went away, and my mom had challenges with. That was what she eventually passed from. Support your liver. We have a hybrid technology. No one has anything like it. It helps protect your liver like crazy. Okay, we have optimizers that also we're going to be for your cardiovascular system. We have a booster pack. It's a vitamin C pack with echinacea, a bioflavonoid complex. You need it right now. Everyone needs this, and especially have it on your shelves at home in case something happens. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Or being around somebody that could potentially be sick. You need to be using our immune support products. It's very important. We have products for the brain. We have a Pure Rest product to help sleep better at night. We have mood support products now. So this is the ones that just started, during this pandemic. We started off with our Calm Response Balm, which is an essential oil that has scientific research and double-blind studies around it. It's working. It's so amazing. It's like having this natural, healthy release, and it's like an eucalyptus scent, but it's just so healthy for you. We have our stress relief tablets and our calming mineral. Oh, this citrus, it's a powder you put in hot water at night, and I'm telling you, you snooze right out. You feel so good. You wake up refreshed. So, all right, we have food products. The food products here are going to be things that you can use to replace meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner. You can go through a 5-day reset, or you can just add them as another meal coming into your life, but they're completely low glycemic and they don't spike blood sugar levels. Because of that, you're not storing fat because they have the insulin being spiked in your body. So guess what? It's going to help to bring you away from eating those things like white rice, pasta, soda pop, potato chips, the things that sometimes you don't think about it, but it spikes your blood sugar levels more than you think. So we're having huge results with all of these products. I wish I could get into a little bit more detail. Our drinks are awesome. They're also low glycemic. They're all healthy supplement drinks. We have them in stick packs as well. And our CellaV products. Oh my gosh. Okay. I got to use these every single day. I don't know if you watch my stories and see what I do. Yes. CellaV men. Yes, they use these. Men, if you're not using our CellaV, you should be. But the women, I'm telling you, you've got to do this. People will do a sip and scrub. We just did one at a big event in Smoky Mountains. So we did a bunch of that on stories. We still have a whole bunch of content to show you. It was so successful because everyone got a chance to use these products firsthand. We also do these sip and scrub events so you can actually send out samples to others. But it works. I'm telling you, it works. And people feel results initially, but over time, we have before and after pictures, which are absolutely amazing. Okay. And I'll tell you, I wish I had a little bit more time to talk about it, but the technologies, it's all plant-based as well on our CellaV. And we have additional products that are coming out all the time. We have our lifting mask. We have a charcoal scrub mask, which is amazing. We use these on our sip and scrubs all the time. Our serum is like one of our most important products for the line. And they're so healthy. And remember that intelligence technology is also designed and also formulated into this. And we do all the manufacturing on this. We don't outsource it. We're very serious about all this. Even our body care products, No, this toothpaste I cannot go without. It's all natural whitening toothpaste. We have our oral probiotic tablets also that your partner's going to love you if you use these at night after you use the toothpaste, because your breath's going to smell amazing in the morning, even if you don't get up and brush your teeth. So, all right. So we have so much documentation, so much research. In fact, we're in the physician's desk reference. We're in the PDR. And you know what? The proof is really in the pudding. And as I get ready to introduce Chloe, let me just tell you that realistically, guys, like you have to be able to use things, right? You have to be able to, you have to be able to use something and actually see how it works for you. Guess what? That's what we do here at Usana. When you actually start using our products, you have a chance to be able to feel it and see what it's going to do for you. And this is why I was smart enough to bring some of our products, a lot of our products around Chloe, and let her try using all these. And so I'm going to let her explain to you the results that she felt using them and just having an experience to be introduced to Usana for the first time. And she's been able to do this right during, she has a dinner appointment. She has to run out to here in a few minutes. She's getting ready. She can tell you where she's at, but getting ready in her hotel room. And I'm just so blessed that she made time to get on here. She's super excited about Usana. She's a huge social media influencer. You probably already Googled her. You probably know much about her. If you don't, Google her. It's amazing. Chloe, we're so glad to have you on our Zoom. Tell us about Usana.
Hey everyone, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you, Jeremy, for introducing me to this amazing brand. I'm so excited to be part of it. Honestly, during COVID, I think we all realized that having another source of income is very, very much so a key. So got to use a lot of the products. I'm fresh and new to the Usana family, but I wanted to talk a few of my favorites. So basically, this is what I used to do. I'm a big vitamin taker. I would organize my own vitamins in these packets. Jeremy surprised me with these amazing AM PM packets that say my name on them. I thought it was so cool. First of all, eliminating all the plastic jars, all the time that it takes me to organize my vitamins. You go on the website, you can click what you want in the morning and at night. It's so easy. And this is just one product. I always say health is wealth. And, being an influencer, I've noticed I'm already doing a lot of these things. I lead a very healthy lifestyle. But Usana has it all under one umbrella. So from the skincare, we did a sip and scrub last week with all the girls, and it was amazing. The charcoal mask. They even have Korean skincare. I've always said that Korean skincare is my favorite. So Usana even has some amazing sheet masks. There's a big Korean market, I've heard. And then also this lavender, this calm stick, love it. I've been using it every night with the Pure Rest. So there's tons of products that I already love. It's only been a week. The pumpkin spice, what was it, Jeremy? I was taking it every day. It's the pumpkin spice meal replacement.
Spice Nutriment.
So a lot of people are already using a lot of these products, but they don't know, you don't even know where some of these things come from. I believe that I can trust Usana, and I want to promote that for my branding and to the people that look up to me or the people that follow me. I actually use these things. It's only been a week, but I've been using them in my everyday life, and they've made a world of a difference. So I'm very happy to be here. I'm in actually Kansas City. If you're a football fan, I'm going to the game tomorrow. Super excited. I'll definitely be taking my Pure Rest tonight. So I'm refreshed and ready for the big game.
Awesome. Great. Thank you so much, Chloe, for having you part of the Zoom. Yay. All right, guys, you got to listen to this. So I'm going to go back over here, to sharing my screen. I've got to show you something that involves Chloe while we have a couple of minutes before she has to run. And this is going to help to wrap up our compensation plan explanation kind of real quick. Now, for some of you that's been watching my Zooms for a while, this is probably like one of the fastest Zooms you've ever heard me do. Why? Because I like to talk. I really want to talk for like another hour about Usana and all the products. And I got to tell you, like I use 39 Usana products a day. I redirect my spending instead of going and buying from a traditional store, retail outlet, which we know most retail outlets are closed and going out. But guys, think about the convenience of having your products that you want to use every day in your routine, come on auto order automatically, and not have to stress about going out and finding it somewhere else. This is what's happened in our business and our world for a long time. But now it is totally the future, and everybody wants in on this. Everyone wants that ability to do it and to have it come conveniently. Chloe was just mentioning that, right? So imagine people ask me like, why do you have a compensation plan like this anyways? Why don't you just go through retail stores? Well, come on, duh. Retail stores isn't the way, but would anyone really teach you at a retail store, a GNC store, a health food store, all the details, even though I had to do it quick? Would you get that kind of information going to a store and having a passionate employee teach you and have experience around it? No, right? So that's exactly why Dr. Wentz and the rest of the team, when they started this company, decided to do this. Now I got to say, that our compensation plan has ways that we get paid. These are the main 8 ways that we get paid. And most of this comes through weekly commissions. And so that's how this all began. So we basically get paid 10 to 20% of all the sales volume that comes up through our tree. We have a left side and we have a right side. We are not paid on levels and we are not limited to levels. So we're not a multi-level company. We have no big group volume requirements. It's nothing like that. We basically place in depth. And on top of that, when you think about a traditional pyramid, a corporate structure, you're never going to earn more money than people that are already in that corporate structure and have worked their way up, and executive managers, CEOs, right? You're not going to happen. But can I tell you that when I come on board in Usana, I earn more money than all the people that are on board before me. And I even have a great distributorship, a couple, Bill and Jenny Huang out of Auckland, that earn even more money than me. And so they've surpassed me. And they're currently the top income earners worldwide in the company. I have held that position before as well, but I didn't keep working as hard as they did. I actually took a really nice coasting vacation and just managing my business a bit the last 9 years and traveling the world. And now I'm just back killing it right now. You know why? I can't stop thinking about this. I lay there thinking, oh my gosh, there's so much potential. And why this is happening, not only with showing you that the opportunity with what's happening around right now is the perfect storm. I want you to realize everything I've been sharing about not being paid on levels, not being limited levels, and also one other huge feature to our compensation plan. Tell me a place where you've ever worked before where your boss actually now works for you. You imagine someone in your boss network, your CEO honestly comes to work for you, and the effort they do now benefits you and pays you. Now, so forget about anything you've ever heard before out there, because this happens in Usana, because each business center we get maximizes about $1,000 a week plus bonus and everything else, but eventually they give you more and more of these. So if you want to keep building your income, you can keep building more and more of these reentries, but I have to place those reentries down below people where I choose I want to place my additional reentries, and people where I want to work with, and I want to develop more leverage in the compensation line, even for myself. Guess what? This is the first time Chloe's even hearing this, but I just placed my number 77 and 78 business center already on her front line initially, right out of the gate. So I'm her upline, I'm her sponsor, but now she has one of the top income earners in the entire company right below her as part of her business right out of the gate, which makes me work closer with her group, makes me work closer with what she's got going on, paying attention to her volumes, working hard. It leverages my ability to be in there as well. I'm telling you what, you've never seen a compensation plan that creates so much teamwork, so much synergy, so much energy, so much freedom for so many people. If you've ever had a bad experience in our industry with direct selling, it's out the window, forget about it. I'm telling you what, with what we do in Usana, it's all about fairness. It's all about working together as a community. If you want to build it fast, you can build it fast. Is Chloe building it fast? And I'll tell you what, Chloe is probably one of the most busiest people I've met besides myself, when I'm cranking anyway. And I'm telling you, like, she doesn't have a lot of time to put in her Usana business, but the time she puts into it is already getting massive results. So already her first week in the business, just getting started, and we have a lot of people I haven't been able to put in her business yet, that I have all their enrollment details. She's already earned a $300 commission check, just getting started in her second or third day. Then on top of that goes builder rank, which is huge, and she'll have her platinum pace setter locked in by the end of the weekend. I would look forward to her check next week, probably being upwards of maybe 600 to 800 just in her second week, which is really about her first 10 days into the business. So that's exciting. Chloe's probably sitting there, what? So how many people would love to have me also re-enter down below? You put that in the chat. Say how awesome that is, right? Who would actually like my number 79th business center down below you? How cool would that be? Or have one of your upline identify with you and put their reentry down below you. That is what actually happens in our Usana compensation plan. Might sound a little bit technical, a little bit, how do we do this? Guess what? I'm in here to be able to show you guys how this works in more depth. Tomorrow night, 7:30 Mountain Time, I'm doing another Zoom right here from my home office. And guess what? You're all invited. So if you want to come in and come listen to that Zoom, get a chance to listen about all of our compensation plan, learn how the bonuses work, learn how to place volume. I'm going to specifically be showing some of the diagrams of what Chloe's business looks like already. I'm also going to be showing you some of my diagrams of my entire layout of my reentries and how I've been able to build such a massive business in the company. And I'm going to make sure that everyone on that Zoom gets it and understands it. Now, you don't have to do that if you're new. Primarily, you can just listen to it and get wowed if you want. At some point, that'll become more important to understand that kind of stuff. But for all of you guys that are already my existing associates or my sideline associate teams, tomorrow night, something you don't want to miss. We'll be covering compensation plan stuff. We'll be covering also how do we help people come on board to this, right? So how do we help people get to an answer, a decision? How do we get through PACs? How do we help people learn about coaching, other things with personal growth and development? How do we all become coaches ourselves? A lot of people go out there and they spend a lot of money to get coaching out there from other people around health, around motivation, around goal setting, around tax savings, around tax strategies, around investments. Guess what? We also offer all those types of things right here from my office, and also a lot of our other leaders around the globe being able to provide that for free to all the people that come on board in our community. You know, this is so cool. Eventually, you'll be able to do the same thing when you're ready to actually start giving value from your particular fields and your fields that you like to talk about, then you can do it too. It's all up to you. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. The harder you work, the more you're going to earn. The more you have the ability to motivate others to go through personal growth and development. If you think that I was able to have a conversation like this when I first began this business, heavens no. I wasn't into sales. I wasn't in market. I'm kind of an introvert unless I get going. I like to be loud, but typically I like to listen to everybody else. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. Guess what? It's all up to you how big you want to build this. These are just some of the basics, but look at those types of incomes on a weekly basis that's achievable. Diamond Director, that's $4,000 a week, not counting any other business centers besides your main four. I hit Diamond in 20 months. So it's up to you on how big you want to build this. All right, wrapping things up. Here's the end of our presentation. You can either be a number one, which is ready to get started, which I hope that's who you are and you're that kind of a person tonight, and get with the person who invited you, says, I'm a number one. And if you're a number two, that means you've got questions and you want to learn more. You can get with the person who invited you, let them know they're number two, and they'll know what to do. And if you just want to be a customer, that's cool too. You can actually just go ahead and order our products. It's free to become a customer. You don't have to do the business. But if you want to do the business, it's only $9.95, $10, guys. And then you can pick and choose what products you want. And if you're really serious about this, I'd highly recommend you do our professional pack. I was just talking to Jared right before the Zoom. He's like, dude, I think I got a new enrollment coming on board. It should be a pro pack. I'm like, yes. Because if you come on board at a pro pack level, you're saving a bunch of money in all the products, but you're getting multiple people on the products already. You're making a bigger commitment. But you know what? Most people spend more money on a new iPhone 12 or a new Galaxy than they're going to spend on a pro pack. Now, you can still make money with your existing phones. But imagine getting on board with a pro pack and being able to really set something up that changes the direction of your life, that it's a massive paradigm shift for you. So think about that. This is also tax deductible. You pick any one of these four packs or all four of them to be a pro pack on board. You don't have to do that every month. You just do that one time. Entrepreneur pack, that's the next best thing you could do. That one's the 560, and you can pick two of these packs. And the basic pack is picking one of them. So here's the thing. If you want to look at these basic, we've got the Get Gorgeous, we have the Get Energized, we have the Balance Your Belly, we have the Shake It Up. The person that invited you to the Zoom can actually get you this information so that you can make an educated decision on what works for you to get started. Now, you don't have to use one of these packs. You can ultimately just go ahead and order up what you want if that's what works for you. But here's what I want to make sure that you guys understand. This is my closing slide. Guys, this is not about the Jeremy Standsfield story. It's not about the Chloe Ture story. It's not about the Patty Roney story. This is about your story. This is the beginning of what you want to create your life like because of this being now part of it. This is a lifelong thing, but it will enhance your entire life. It's like the blank pages and being able to write it down and figure out what it is that you want to do. And this is the perfect vehicle to help you do it. It's the perfect community. Everything is here. It's 100% money back guarantee on any of your purchases of your product. If you don't have all the results that you want with it, there's really no reason not to do this. Imagine what your life can really look like in 5 years from today. Imagine, probably even 6 months, but 5 years. And now imagine if you don't do it, what's your life going to look like in 5 years? Remember that if nothing changes, nothing changes. I'm so glad that I did this. I can't imagine what my life would be like if I wouldn't have done it. Thank heavens for Usana. Thank heavens for the community. Thank heavens for all of the amazing leaders that are part of our community and continue to push these things forward. We do these work from homes every night, same time, same place, just different speakers. Hope to see you on the next one. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you, Chloe. Thank you, Patty. It's been awesome. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night, 7:30 Utah time. Let's do some training.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for being here.
All right. Thank you, guys. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow night.